Quarantine, you know the vibes. Zoom.
Yo, what's up? This is Tyla Yaweh, and this is Quarantine Questions with Rap TV.
Yeah. You can quarantine the body, but you can't quarantine my soul.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We got Tyla Yaweh in the building, virtually, of course. Man, this is going to be a fun interview. Look, because I actually know Tyla Yaweh. I met him at South by Southwest a few years ago. I was in the green room shooting some interviews with these other artists, and then he went on stage, and I just heard something, and I was like, who is that? I literally stopped what I was doing just to check it out. So you guys probably know him from a few songs. His biggest songs, High Right Now, Gemini, She Bad, which all have millions of views out. And yeah, man, I'd like to welcome you to Quarantine Questions Rap TV, bro. I'm your host, Pro the GOAT. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm enjoying life. You know, the world's slowly opening back up right now. It's a blessing to be alive, and I'm just enjoying these moments, man. That's all I can do.
Yeah, man, for sure. And shit, I remember, like, you definitely came a long way. I remember when I first followed you, you had 26,000 followers, and now you're sitting on like almost 500,000 already, man. That's crazy.
The grind never stopped, and we're still grinding. We're still not where we want to be. And I don't even look at the numbers. I look at what I'm doing to the world and what I'm doing to the people, you know? That's the best thing.
For sure. And the first song I remember was the She Bad one that you performed, and you didn't even have it out yet at the time. You just had a little snippet of a little studio on your IG. So shout out to Business Boy. That was a crazy song.
Shout out to Biz, man. That song, like, it helped me out so much. It even got me my deal with Epic Records. It's like we grinded so hard. We were independent when we had that out too, and did that all, the video and everything, with my own money. And we just consistently just kept going, never stopped. And then Post invited me on his world tour, and from there it was just over.
Mhm. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And also, speaking of Post Malone, congratulations on Tommy Lee. You recently dropped the video. It's almost at like 10 million views already, bro.
Yeah, man, 1 million a day. We keep going up. So it's like crazy to watch, because we always dreamed for this. I say with my team, it's always we. It's just not me. It's with all of us, because we worked on this like whole like Tyla Yaweh like business, like just for so long, and dedication, being in the studio, people that like going to radio stations and they're still not playing our music, but we go in there just to show face. So it just, the grind just so dope. It's dope, man.
Facts, man. And then just as far as the music goes, like the concept behind it, where did you guys even shoot that? Like, what was the idea behind it?
Well, we were like quarantining in Utah, and pretty much we were just like, yo, let's enjoy life. Like, we already was on break. We just got off tour. So we brought out the doom buggies, brought out the ATVs, went shooting, and just doing family stuff, because we're one big family. So we're always together and always working together. And he's finishing up his album, and I'm finishing up my album. So we're like, yo, let's get this single out. Let's get this single out and ready, you know?
Dope, man. And then that video, like I saw a little snippet that you posted too on your Instagram. Was that you showing him the song for the first time, or what was that?
Well, I recorded the song in LA, and then we were on, like, we had a bunch of songs already that we worked on. And that was one song he really wanted to hop on. So we were in DC, and I made, because we have studio equipment everywhere we go, like and when we're on tour and stuff, we have a studio bus, and we have studios in the actual, like our arena in the backstage. Like, so anytime we want to feel inspired, just go back out there. And it was one late night, and I called him. I'm like, you want to get in the studio? Brought the studio to his hotel room, and that was the song he picked and he loved the most too. And we just hopped right on it and just killed it.
Dope, man.
Oh,
Dope.
you know, like I'm Tommy Lee.
Yeah, he was getting into it and everything. You guys have like the behind the scenes footage on that, right?
Yeah, we had the behind the scenes footage. I think we're gonna drop a vlog soon of like how it was created, the whole song. But we always in the studio vibing and just freestyling, and he produced beats for me sometimes, and chemistry is just there.
Dope, man, dope. And you know, since it is quarantine questions, you know, I gotta ask you, like, What have you been doing during the whole lockdown situation?
Oh man, I've been in the studio. Like I got the mic right here.
Oh, I
Oh, I
see
see you. You ready to drop a verse?
Yeah, man, drop a verse of rap right now. Now, I just been working on my album. To be honest, we've been getting everything ready for these next new drops, and we got a lot of dope singles, a lot of dope features on this project. So that's been my main focus, is always working and always getting new content together for the world.
Bet, man. And did anything get slowed down for you, like as far as doing shows and touring or anything like that?
It slowed down for a lot of people, but you know, I needed to slow down. We were on the road for damn near two years, and just
Yeah.
it was just nonstop every day. I had like 2 houses since I've even been on tour and barely lived in it. It's my first time living in this house. Finally get to decorate it and stuff. So it's just
That's
it's
dope.
actually a blessing to just sit down and reflect on everything that you accomplish.
Facts, man, facts. And speaking on reflecting, like, let's take it back one time for your fans out there. You were raised in Altamonte Springs, Florida, right?
Altamont Springs, Florida.
Altamont Springs, Florida. That's near Orlando?
Yeah, it's in Orlando. It's like, you know, little small town. It's a small town in Orlando, and probably like 5-10 minutes away type stuff. So everything is close. Oh yeah, I'm born
Okay.
in Altamont Springs, raised in the hood, came out the mud, and now I'm here. You know, I've been on my own since I was 15 years old. So like I always
Yeah.
constantly had a hustle and the grind behind everything, getting it on my own. And when I'd say 18, I moved to LA. I came to
Okay.
LA probably. I drove 36 hours out here,
That's
and
crazy.
slept on Venice, Melrose, Fairfax,
That's
studios,
insane.
homies' cars, grinding my way to get my own spot. And
hmm
it was just constantly just dreams and accomplishments.
That's wild, bro. So did you get kicked out the house at 14?
Yeah, I got kicked out like at 14.
That's crazy. Like, what was your next move? Like, what did you do after that?
Well, I when I got kicked out, I just got my own spot because I was selling drugs. I'm not gonna like cap on that. Like I was doing a
hmm
lot of things that I regret now. I don't need to do that no more, you know. So
hmm
I always try to like tell people, yo, just grind that. You don't need that life anymore. Make something new
Facts.
of it. Like get another
Facts.
goal, make some other goals that you could accomplish. So like yeah, I had to do it. I had to do what I had to do to survive though. So right when I
Yeah.
got kicked out, I got a crib the next day. I was there. I was still going to school. I was on
Okay.
probation, and I had to go to school because I was on probation. So like I
Okay.
had to make a way.
Facts. And then at what point did you start actually making music?
I was making music. I started making music at like 13. I was in this like it's like an alternative boy group, and we rap, we sing, and we danced, and we
hmm
just like we were just different, and we were like buzzing in Orlando and like all the high schools and the colleges, doing college
hmm
shows and different shows all up and through Florida. Then I parted my ways, and I linked up with the owners of Rolling Loud, Tarek and Matt Zinger. And
hmm
it was just from there, they put me on so many different shows, opening up for all these different artists in Florida, from the underground to like mainstream. And that's like
hmm
gave me a buzz for like SoundCloud. And then I was cool with X and Ski, and they used to repost my music a lot. So
Oh,
it's just
dope.
it was just like constant grind. And then I just moved to
Dope.
LA. I even lived at Birdman's house for a while. We were working, me and Cass.
For real?
I was I was supposed to
Shout out
sign
to
a
Shout out to
deal.
Kasky.
Kasky.
Yeah, shout out my bro Kasky. He brought me around Birdman. We were in the Hit Factory like every single night. We were at the crib shooting videos, and it wasn't the move for me. I didn't feel comfortable because it was
Yeah.
just too
Yeah.
soon. And then moved to LA right after.
Facts. So you're talking about Swamp Posse, right?
Yeah, I was in Swamp Posse.
Okay, facts. And then you said it was a little alternative, right? So how did you feel like your style developed from being in that group and like when you met Keys, Sky, and Danny Towers?
I brought something different to the table because I was a singer, and I can sing and I can rap.
hmm
And that right there was just like it just made the group like a super group, and we just had something going on. Like we had that whole wave of just mosh pitting, crowd surfing, and turning up, being rock stars, being ourselves, and coming with something new. And like Tark and Matt, they seen something in that, you know.
Facts. And do you remember the first time you met X? What was that like?
First time I met X, the first time I met X, we did this show with 21 Savage. It was on Halloween in Miami. And then we just kept seeing each other. He was always in Orlando at our studios and doing little small shows, opening up for everybody. So that was crazy. Then I was on the Revenge tour for a little bit. And I got to witness every crazy situation that happened. I was there for all the groundbreaking moments. So it was just dope. It was just dope, man.
Did anything about him stand out to you when you first met him? Like anything stand out?
Man, we all, like everything stand out about him. We are all like the same. Like we were all black sheeps, you know. Like nobody really fucked with us. Nobody really like understood the whole turn up and the rage. We had to force our way into the game, you know.
Facts. And then speaking of opening up for damn near everybody, you opened up for Post Malone too when he went to Florida. Was that the first time you met him and Dre?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was like 2014, 15, I think. Yeah, it was that. In 2015, right when White Iverson popped off.
Okay, facts. And then is that when you also linked up with FK First for 4:44 a.m.?
That same night, I linked up with FKI First, and I had a studio crib, and he needed a studio that we could have smoked in. I wasn't even supposed to smoke in the studio, and I ended up doing it anyways. We didn't care. And then we were in the studio till like 9 in the morning, had a show the next day in Tampa. Bootleg Kev actually booked us for it. Like, he booked me for it, and it was Post Malone's show again, and I did that show the next day in Tampa it was the Orpheum, it's called. And from there, it was just history. Like, it's crazy because that same, like, after I went through all that with meeting Birdman, going on tour with Caskey, all around, we did like a Midwest, like East Coast tour. I came back down. I was like, yo, I need to move to LA. I moved to LA right after that. And then probably like 3 years later, I link up with Dre again, and it just like it was meant to happen, I guess. It's just weird how all of it comes back around.
Yeah, and then I know you had a little situation with Spiff too, and I was wondering this. What was the video that y'all shot that never came out?
Oh man, how do you remember that shit? Damn,
I'm a pro. You know?
Yo, shout out to him. I don't really talk about that situation, but yeah, it was a shitty situation. That's when I was young and dumb, trying to get out the fucking game. Signed a 360 deal. Didn't even know what that was. Now I'm so smart and up to par with the music business. It's like that was just a mistake that happened. I would never do again. You feel?
Yeah, and then honestly, bro, you put in a lot of groundwork, like just by yourself, you know, picking yourself up by the bootstraps. And I'm just curious to know, how the hell did you link up with French Montana and A$AP Rocky to create music? Like, how did that happen?
Well, be honest, Spiff just hit me up. He was like, yo, I'm in the studio. I just pulled up to the studio. Then he left. He left the studio, and I just still in the studio. Danny Boy Styles is in there. A1 is in there. A lot of motherfuckers, Chris Brown, everybody's in and out the studio, and then they're playing beats. Nobody's like rapping to it because they kept playing beats. Nobody's doing nothing. I'm just freestyling. I just start freestyling. And Danny Boy Styles, I was singing, to be honest. And Danny Boy Styles was like, yo, go do that right now. Then French, I did the hook like right away. Like probably 3-4 takes, did the hook. And out of nowhere, like, French was like, yo, I'm hopping on this. Hopped in, and then A$AP walked in, I'm hopping on this. And I guess it was around the time they were supposed to drop a joint project. They're supposed to do like a little joint project, and I guess it never came out. But it's just insane. It was just like that was the day, like, I was like, yo, this is the time, like, this is my time to like really take advantage of this, like, this window I'm in. And I just always spread positive energy anywhere I went and just held that energy, you feel?
Facts, man. And then also throughout your musical career, like, you obviously went through a whole lot of trials and tribulations, like you said, sleeping in cars, being homeless, this, that, and the third. Looking back, I want to know if anything ever happened that seriously almost made you want to quit at one point, and then how you got through that.
It is insane because I still never felt like I want to quit. Like,
really,
it's like I felt like this is all I have, you know? So it's like, why am I going to give up something that is all I have and I've accumulated money from? It's my job. It's like, it's stepping stools like any other business in this world that came up from literally nothing, Like Bill Gates started out of his garage, like so many people started out of their garages and made it happen, That's what I
so you just never had a plan B, basically.
Never had a plan B, man. Always stuck with the plan.
But man, and then like you said, you moved to LA and you started networking and meeting people. And this is something that I always wanted to know too. How did you help DJ Fu find Lil Xan?
Oh man, I was with DJ Fu. That's my dog. DJ Fu's my dog. Cause my homie Eli Gold, he helped me out a lot out here too. Like he helped me through the whole struggle to keep me up, make sure like I get some type of money in my pocket. He showed me the ropes. And I made sure he was good after like all this stuff happened. I made sure I still brought him in with me. And DJ Fu was putting me in all these different studios, and I already had like a little SoundCloud following, and like from Elevator Mag, we had this little underground thing, and that shit was just coming out here to LA, like the whole underground wave. Everybody in Florida was moving to LA for somehow, and it was just like I linked up with Steve Cannon and Lil Xan at Ken Folks' crib when we used to record in the garage over here in the valley. And out of nowhere, like DJ Fu was like, "Yo, this is a star. This is a star right here." Yeah, he just got his new fresh face tats and everything, and then from there he just kept working with him, It's just crazy. I was talking to Xan not too long ago. He was like, "Bro, I still thank you every single day for like you don't even understand how much you changed my life,
Yeah, man. And it's just like you said, putting out good energy, being a good person, right?
Yeah, man, just putting out good energy, and I never look for something back. I never if I connect somebody, I connect, and go ahead. That's what it's meant to be, That's what it's meant to happen. I never look for, I put this person in this position, I put this person in that position. No, like that's what life is. We're supposed to connect dots no matter what, and keep going on to the next level. So.
Yeah, man. And honestly, even before Dre London, there was Tez, right? How did he find you?
No, well, Tez we all on the same team. Tez and Bobby and Dre, we're all on the same team together, and they all do the same thing with me. Post, they work with all our producers. They manage everybody that's on the whole team, and I just did the Rolling Loud in Oakland. And it was the first Rolling Loud in Oakland, and out of nowhere, he seen me rocking the crowd. I was like the first one to perform, but I was still crowd surfing. I was throwing weed. I was just doing a lot of cool. I was just performing. And he's seen that energy, and that same day, I was like, "Yo, I have no manager." People kept saying are you signed? Who you signed to? Signed you this and that. I'm like, "Yo, I have no management. I'm not signed to nobody. I'm doing this all myself. This is all off my muscle and off my energy." And he's seen that, and then he called me. He hit me up. He's like, "Yo, this is the situation," and we linked up. And from the first day, he just been in the studio with me every single day, just grinding with me night and day, night and day, night and day. We had people shit on us, tell us no, and everything. So that's my family. That's my dog for life, and he's always here riding and making sure shit gets done the right way,
Facts, man. And then Dre London too, when they all came, like you said, their team, when they all came to you, they gave you this 6-month plan for artist development, right? What was that first 6 months like? What did they do exactly?
Oh man, it was just introduction. It's just like, yo, shaking hands and kissing babies, literally. It's literally what it was. It's just like, yo, this is who our new artist. This is that. Like, just being in the right places at the right time. Like, going to studio sessions that like were private, but they invited me, and I'll go by myself and just like stay in the corner. And they noticed that it's like I'm not that type of person to just ruin a situation and just step on people's toes. So like, it was a whole just eye-opening and just learning and processing and just teaching me things that I needed to know about the music industry.
Facts, man, facts. And then you also have a really dope friendship with Post Malone, man. Like, what's the funnest thing about being on tour with him?
The funnest thing about being on tour is beer pong, listening to music, laughing, and being ourselves, man. Because, bro, is it all right if I change over here? I'm trying to light.
Yeah, you good.
I got no lighter. Nah, that's like my homie, man. That's my brother. We're the same age. We have so many memories together already. And I remember the first day he like really like accepted me around and stuff, like, cause he's like he doesn't have that many people around him because he has like anxiety and stuff. And he's just a good person too, and he's genuine. So like, it's just crazy. He just came up to me. He's like, "Yo, Tyler, I fuck with you, bro. Like I really fuck with you, and like I can't wait to keep it going." And then from there, we just worked a lot. I was around a lot. Like, and he let me like started paying me like the first big checks like I ever got for shows ever. When I seen 10 racks, my first 10 racks from a show from him, I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
That was the first show?
Yeah, like 10 racks from my first show with him and shit. I'm like, yo, that shit's insane. Like, and he changed my life, man. He changed my life for like, and for the better. That's my dog, man. So I always ride for him, always there for him, and he teaches me so much, just to be humble and just patiently wait.
So yeah, like you said, funnest part about tour is just listening to music, hanging out, beer pong and everything. And
seeing the reactions from the fans, man. Like, grinding so long, and then like we're in arenas, like sold out arenas, and like I'm the first one to go on and it's packed out and everybody's singing my music, and it's just like crazy. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, describe that feeling, bro. The first time you had a big show and everybody sang all of your lyrics. What did that feel like to you?
Oh man, I remember the first time it really hit me was we did Reading and Leeds Festival in UK, and I thought it was gonna be nobody at the tent, and like nobody was gonna know me. This is like my first big festival, not my first big festival in UK, but it's Reading and Leeds Festival. Like, it's a very historical festival. So I'm like, I don't know what this is gonna be the turnout of. And I went, we got on, like right before I got on stage, like my manager's like, yo, that tent is packed out from the like top to all the way out the tent. Like, people are sitting out the tent and they're like chanting my name and stuff. Like, they're waiting for me. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like the third person to go on, the fourth person to go on, and it's packed like this. Yeah. Singing word to word from every single song, to the point they're asking for songs. Like we had to give them one more song, you know?
Like Pain and Drugs?
No, Drugs and Pain.
Drugs and Pain?
We had to give them Drugs and Pain and Gemini. Like, it was just like so many different songs they're just asking for. Like, yo, why you didn't perform this song? Why you didn't perform that song? So that was that was an experience itself, you know?
That's dope, man. And then, like I said, with your friendship with Post too, like, he puts you on to new music, right? What are some songs and artists he put you on to?
To be honest, he listens to, like, he finds music at the same time as me. Like, he listens to NLE Choppa. He listens to everything, bro. Like, I knew Clever already, right? And he like, yo, you like, he started, it was Stick by My Side. He just constantly was playing it. And I was like, yo, I know that's my dog, Clever. And I linked him up. Like, I like FaceTimed her right away. And then Clever came out to the next show. Like, he was at the next two shows and now he's part of the team, the whole team. So it's like cool as fuck.
Oh, that's what's up. So Clever's a part of y'all's team.
Yeah, he's part of the whole team, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And then I know you've been doing a shit ton of interviews, throughout your career and stuff, and people always like to say that you look like Wiz Khalifa, but the first time you actually met him was at the Taste music video shoot, and then eventually he gets on the remix to High Right Now. How did that, from meeting him and then getting him on the song, how did that whole thing happen?
Yeah, I think it was just manifestation, man, just pure manifestation. Because that's like we were on Instagram Live last night and stuff. He was previewing a new song we got, and it hit me again last time. Like, yo, this is the guy that like made me start making music. When I first seen him on World Star, I was like, yo, I'm about to start rapping now. Like, this is my thing. Like, I'm doing this. This is my goal. And now we got music together, and it's like, yo, this is it's still unbelievable to this day to me, bro. I don't know. I still don't believe it. And the fact that we just talked, like when I first met, like we got like first like started hanging out and stuff. He was like, yo, everybody was telling me always like, yo, your little brother's killing it. Your little brother's killing it. And he's like, what the fuck? So it's just meant to be, I guess, man. I've been called Wiz Khalifa my whole life, bro. Damn near half of my life. Like right when he came out, he looked like Wiz.
Yeah, no doubt. And then it's and you just embraced it, right? Like, what are you gonna do? It is what it is.
I embrace it. I'm like, yeah, that's a compliment, man. He's rich as fuck, and I want to be rich just like him. And now look where we at,
Facts. And I feel like you guys have a lot of the same energy too, same vibe, like always happy, always positive,
I feel like we're probably the same, literally the same, for sure, literally the same. And like I said, shout out to Wiz for even giving me the opportunity to like be part of his platform,
No doubt. And then there's something funny too I wanted to talk to you about. So I remember when you came up with, like, you were just, thinking of different album titles, and one of the titles you came up with was I Hate Being Polar, It's Awesome. And then Kanye had the exact same one on his art cover. How crazy was that when you saw it?
That's so, isn't that crazy?
Right?
Yeah, it was crazy because like I remember calling my manager. It was like, I want to make that was supposed to be Heart Full of Rage, literally. That was supposed to be Heart Full of Rage, and we were working on that. And like I remember the morning I looked at my phone, Kanye dropped an album, and I'm like, yo, this is insane. This is insane. So I feel like we're on the same path. We're both Geminis for sure.
No doubt, man. And then speaking of your albums and speaking of your projects, I'm sure everybody's blowing you up about this, and your fans want to know, like, when's Rager Boy coming out?
Rager Boy, it's finished. We just like doing some tweaks, like we're mixing it, and like we're getting all the videos done for that we want to shoot, and it's sounding very crazy. So I'm thinking, like, I don't know, maybe in like 2 more months from now. Like, it'll be ready and developed to a monster,
Dope. How many songs on it? You can't tell me anything about it? Can you give me one thing?
We got a lot of dope features on there, though. We got The Baby. We got Rich the Kid. We got G-Eazy. We got Travis Barker. Got a lot of people, etc.
Bad, no doubt, man. And then, is there anything else we should be on the lookout for coming up that you got?
New music. We're about to drop again right away. We're not letting off on these drops, man. Like, we're about to be on people's necks for the rest of the year.
Facts, man. Facts. Is there anything else you want to tell your fans out there?
Man, Black Lives Matter. Keep living. Stay positive. And be yourself whenever you want to, man. Don't let no one discourage you. And stay happy, man. That's all we got. We got each other and the world to keep developing. And we got kids to actually, like, be like, we got to show our kids that they can be whatever the fuck they want to be whenever they want to be,
Facts,
so
man.
quit racism and just love each other, man. That's it.
Facts, man, no doubt. Bet. So once again, I'm Pro the GOAT with Rap TV, and this is Quarantine Questions. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date. We're dropping interviews all the time. Make sure y'all go get that Rap TV merch at rapart.com and join our community by texting.
I got some. I need
I got you.
Yes, sir.
And join our community by texting 908-341-0067. And as always, don't forget to smash that like button. And one last time, let's give it up for Tyla Yaweh, y'all.
You can quarantine the body, but you can't quarantine my soul.